computer. All right, so if you didn't know, we just had a new moon this morning, really early in the morning, but we also had a total solar eclipse, so lots of energy moving about. What you will want for today, you will want 2 blocks, which I believe you guys have, but if not, you can get a book. If you're watching the video, you don't have a block, you can get a book and have it be about 2.5, 3 inches. You'll want these close to your mat. And then you will want a pillow or a bolster, or even a couch pillow. Actually, those work really great. I also think you should have an extra pillow nearby, just in case I decide we are going to use it. All right. So once you are all organized on your mats, looks like you're getting there. Find a comfortable seat on your mat. If you want to start, a lot of the poses we're using for today's class are going to be more restorative. So everything that can make where your body is organized more easeful is great. So if you want to take one of your blocks and pop it under your seat, and then crisscross applesauce, or you can even do seated on your shins, whatever's most comfortable for you. Shut down the eyes or adopt a heavy lidded gaze. And let your breath drop in. Notice where and how your breath is feeling for yourself in your body today. And if it's comfortable, start to lengthen your inhale and your exhale. If you are lengthening your inhale and your exhale, let the inhale descend in your body until it meets your seat, right where your ischial tuberosity, your sit bones meet the earth. And you can feel that heavying quality, that almost magnetic pull between your seat and the earth or your mat or whatever you're practicing on today. We're going to be practicing in silence. And this is an invitation for you to listen deeper, both to the quality of your breath, your thoughts maybe, or your body and what your body might be saying and communicating to you. We'll be holding poses for a long time throughout class. And I invite you, if you like, you can actually bring your attention to the areas in your body that are holding tension or stress or any kind of pattern that feels stuck. And simply breathe the awareness, breathe your energy, breathe your focus into these spaces, almost as if you can feel the energy within them widening and softening. And just notice what happens in these areas. So we can practice that here and now. Feel any area in your body. And it might be your jaw, your neck, your shoulders, your low back, wherever is talking to you loudest. There might be a few spots. And bring all of your attention. What does this area feel like? How does it move with your breath? And with the brilliant quality of your attention, imagine almost like a little extra set of lungs in this area that's just pumping this area with nutritious oxygen, breath, movement, awareness. Once you feel like you are fully in this area, then you can start to shift. Isolate another area in your body that would like attention. And then start to breathe your awareness here. Feeling a little bit of a melting quality with each exhale. See if you can will that into being. Now, the new moon was in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is a sign that's tied to our thighs, our hips, our sacrum, and also our liver. And those are areas that we're going to be focusing on today for our poses. And you can bring your attention to these areas as well as we move through these poses. If you haven't yet, take your hands palm down on your knees. And then slide your elbows in towards your waistline and notice that your hands will slide up just a little bit up your thighs. And then relax your elbows, let your arms hang heavy. Ease your shoulders back in space until they're over your hips. Soften the hip flexors. Gently tuck the chin, lengthen the back of the neck, and think of a cord from your crown to your tailbone lengthening out, growing tall and long, and let this be an invitation to breathe deeper and fuller. If you have an intention that you would like to set for today's practice, I invite you to plant that seed now. If there's anything you've been ruminating over this past week, this past month, anything that you would like to set for yourself, or if there's any quality that you would like to focus on, presence, grace, allow yourself to really intentionally dedicate this practice to that. We'll start today in Balasana, child's pose, but a restorative version. So grab your bolster. And if you notice that your ankles are very sensitive, they don't enjoy being flush with the mat, you can always roll up a towel or place your pillow under your ankles, your extra pillow. Take your big toes together, knees wide, and then slide your bolster or whatever you're acting as your bolster. I apologize because my bolster is black and my mat is black. But it is right here. Slide it up in between your thighs until they meet pretty close into your groin or your pelvis. Take your hands on either side of the bolster, start to hinge at the waist, and then right cheek to the mat as you walk yourself all the way down. I like to supinate my hands, flipping them palm up and sliding the elbows in towards my hips, hugging the bolster. And I'll start each of these poses doing the exercise with you so that you know where to place your body or you know the options that you have. And then once you feel like you've arrived in your pose, see if you can tuck your tailbone ever so slightly to widen the gap between your low back and your ribs. So you're creating a little space for your kidneys here. And then start to send your breath down into your kidneys, into your low back. See if you can fill up your entire back body with your breath. If you have the practice of Ujaya Breath, then I invite you to begin that here and now if you have not already. And Ujaya Breath is really a beautiful exercise in toning the vagus nerve. What it is it's the slight constriction at the back of your throat on your exhale. It's almost as if you were fogging up a mirror, but your lips are closed. So you're breathing through your nose. And the slight vibrational quality not only allows you to texturize the breath, slow it down, but it also massages that area in the back of your throat. We talked about in a previous class that idea of slowing the breath down to that magical 5.5 seconds. So you can see if it's comfortable for your breath, for your lung capacity, for your practice, if you can do that here, slowing down your exhales and your inhales to about 5-6 seconds. Softening and surrendering a little bit deeper with each exhale. Listening to the sound, the oceanic sound of your breath. Being very present to the sensational quality the wave-like quality of your breath as it opens up your back body. Four more breaths. Maybe you see how much longer you can hold out the exhales or draw in the inhales. Maybe you start to add a slight pause between your breaths. Last breath. Mentally prepare to come out of this pose. If your hands are flipped turned up, flip them down into the earth. Press down, curl the tailbone more as you roll yourself up to sit. Take your time and let this be just as mindful as your pose. Leave the bolster where it is. If you have a pillow under your ankles, you'll slide it off to the side. Take your blocks on either side of the mat just in case, and you're going to want them close enough to the top of your bolster where your head will be. And then twist around so that now your seat is right in front of your bolster. Lengthen your legs out long, and if you like, you can actually take that pillow and place it under your knees as an option. Pull the bolster in so it's touching your seat, touching your tailbone, and then take your hands to either side of the bolster as you walk yourself down, opening up on top of your cushion. Now you have two options here, and I apologize because I don't know if you can see my arms, but you can take your arms out in goalpost, elbows in line with shoulders, and then take the hands out on top of elbows. Or you can take your arms out in a T. If you find that as you take your arms out into goalposts that your wrists are coming off the ground and floating, creating tension rather than relaxation across your chest and your shoulders, then you're going to want your blocks or your books. So take your blocks in close and simply place your forearms on the blocks. I'll put mine a little higher so you can kind of see what's going on. And then you place your forearm on the block so that you can fully relax here in this pose. Wherever you are, whatever arm variation you've chose, if you've chosen the pillow underneath your knees, just take a little bit of an inventory and see if your body feels complete here. See if your body feels relaxed here. And is there anything that you can do in your body to become even 5% more relaxed in this pose? When you're ready, take a deep, deep, deep breath in all the way to your toe tips. Keep the eyes heavy lidded or closed and exhale, relaxing completely over your props. We'll continue with that brief meditation, finding an area of tension or holding in the body. And once you have found an area, bring all of your attention, your breath, your awareness into this space. And start to ease some flow, some energy, and some softness here. Keeping up with your Ujaya breath if you are practicing that. Softening your jaw and letting your back teeth separate, letting these breaths be effortless. Feeling your tongue relax and soften. Four more breaths. See if these breaths can have a little bit more depth and width to them. As if the boundary of your lungs dissolves and becomes your entire body. as if you could feel the ebb and flow and the tide of your blood, your fluids, your breath, the movement, the vibration of your cells. Last breath. Take your hands slowly to your heart center. Bend your knees, soles of the feet to your pillow or the mat. Lift your hips slightly as you come onto your right hip, rolling onto your right side, hands to the mat, slowly come up to sit. Take your time. Stay on your right hip, keep the bolster exactly where it is. You can move the pillow out from underneath you. And then slide yourself up to your bolster so that now your thigh is perpendicular to your bolster and you place the short edge of your bolster right into your hip or your hip joint. Option to keep your knees stacked, and if you do, you can take that pillow right in between your legs. Or if, actually, let's just do that. Let's do the more gentle version. So taking your pillow between your knees, knees stacked, hands framing the bolster, and then rotate until your navel and your heart and your nose are placed over the bolster. Start to lower yourself down, turn your right cheek down. And once more, supinate the hands, palms up, bring the elbows in towards the waist. Take a deep breath in and a deeper breath out. Allow each breath to relax you deeper into this pose. And if you find as you're in this pose that your arms need to be in a different position for you to be most comfortable, then definitely listen to your body before listening to me. Staying with your intention and your breath. Four more breaths. On these last few breaths, begin to make the choice to move, and we'll be very slowly exiting this pose the same way that we got into this pose, and we'll be going directly to the other side. When you're ready, experience fully this last exhale. Take your hands down to the mat, curl the tailbone, and slowly lift yourself up. You can keep the pillow where it is if that's comfortable. Hands down, tick-tock the knees to the left. Bring the knee up so that, again, your thigh is perpendicular to the bolster. Slide the bolster into your hip joint. Take your hands to either side of the bolster. Make sure your knees are stacked, the pillow is comfortable. And then rotate until your navel, your heart, and your nose are centered over the bolster. Begin to walk yourself down. Left cheek to the mat. And then supinate your hands, bring the elbows in towards the hips. Take a deep breath in and a deeper breath out. As you settle, allow your body to tell you what it needs. Allow your body to direct you into how it would like to be positioned and arranged. And if there is anything that you can do to shift, to move, to listen to your body and its stimulus of how it would like to be arranged here, then by all means. Four more breaths. Last breath. Begin to make the choice to move. Flip your palms down, tuck your tailbone, roll yourself up to sit. Take the pillow off to the side. And once more, you'll be seated on your mat facing away from your bolster. Take your blocks and place them close at hand, close to your hips. Feet will come together to touch, and then bring your feet in close to your pubic bone. Take the blocks and you'll place them underneath your thighs, close enough into the joining hip joint, so that your legs can fall out effortlessly and feel fully supported. If your feet move forward, that's absolutely fine. Move your blocks where they need to go. Take the bolster behind you, pull it in so it's touching your tailbone, and then start to walk yourself backwards over your bolster, finding Supta Baddha Konasana, supine bound ankle pose. Your hands can come either to your body, one to the heart, one to the abdomen, or over your ribs, or splaying out on either side, whatever feels most comfortable for you, whatever your body is asking for here. For this pose, we'll be focusing on the full bottom half of the body, relaxing each portion of the body that we come across. So I'll call out areas of the body, and as I do, all you need to do is bring your attention and your awareness into this area. Imagine as if I were pouring, or you were pouring, a nice, warm, soothing liquid of relaxation and release. Bring your attention first to your right big toe and fully and deeply relax your right big toe. Your second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. Notice the full bottom of your foot. The top of your foot. Your heel and ankle completely relaxed. The right shin and calf. Knee and behind the knee. Your thigh, hamstring, hip joint. The entire right leg is completely relaxed. Now bring your attention to the left big toe. Second toe. Third toe. Fourth toe. And fifth toe. The entire bottom of the foot and top of the foot. The heel and the ankle completely relaxed. The shin and the calf. The front of the knee and behind the knee. The thigh and hamstring absolutely relaxed. The hip joint and the hip socket. And now the entire left leg is completely relaxed. Bring your attention to the bowl of your pelvis and your sacrum, and the volume of the bowl of your pelvis and sacrum. Completely and utterly relaxed. Your low back and the very bottom of your belly, below your belly button. And in this last breath, you will begin to make the decision to move. As you do, take your hands palm down, move your elbows underneath you, tuck your chin, and take your left knee in towards your right knee. Roll onto your right side and gently come up. Take your blocks out to the side. And now find a wall. Take your bolster or your pillows to the wall. And we'll be doing legs up the wall. How I like to come into this is bringing my left thigh to the wall and the back of my seat to the bolster, taking my right arm down and then rolling onto my back as I lift my hips onto my support. Walk your hips in towards the wall so that the bolster is perfectly under your sacrum supporting. And then extend your legs up. Sides of the big toes touching. If in Supta Baddha Konasana, our last pose, if you chose to have one hand over the heart, one hand over the belly, and would like to do that again, then simply swap your hands, opposite hand on heart, opposite hand on belly. But place your arms anywhere you would like. If you want, you can place them on your body or off your body. If you're having trouble finding wall space, you can drape your legs over the seat of a chair or your bed. Taking a deep breath in. And completely relaxing on your exhale. Now we'll focus on the top half of the body, starting with your right thumb. A warm, relaxing liquid releasing completely your right thumb. Index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky, the palm of your hand, the back of your hand. Your entire hand is relaxed. Your wrist, your right forearm, elbow, and upper arm. The shoulder and the shoulder socket completely relaxed. The entire right arm completely relaxed. The entire right arm completely relaxed. Notice your left thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky, the palm of your hand, the back of your hand, the entire left hand is completely relaxed. Notice your wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, completely relaxed. Your shoulder and the shoulder socket, relaxed. The entire left arm is completely relaxed. The entire left arm is completely relaxed. Bring your attention to the notch at the base of your throat, the right side of your chest, the left side of your chest, your left waist and abdomen, the right waist and abdomen, the entire front of your torso completely relaxed. Bring your attention to the right upper back and left upper back, the left lower back, and the right lower back. Completely relax the entire back. Bring your attention once more to the notch at the base of your throat, and then the throat itself, the entire volume of the throat, the jaw, the lips, the teeth, the tongue, the cheekbones, the ears and lower cranium, the eyes in their eye sockets melting and relaxing and absorbing, the eyebrows, the forehead, the mid and upper cranium, and the very crown of the head. The entire head is completely relaxed. The entire body is completely relaxed. The entire body is completely relaxed. In this last breath, let it be full and deep and voluminous. Begin to make the choice to move as we move into our final resting pose, Shavasana. Bend your knees, slide your heels towards your seat, and roll completely onto your right side as you press yourself up carefully to sit. Arrange yourself into the middle of your mat. And if you like, you can take the pillow underneath your knees or your head. You can take the bolster underneath your knees or your head, whatever's feeling comfortable for you. If you have a layer nearby or a blanket that you'd like to place over your body, you're more than welcome to do that here. If you have your own arrangement for Shavasana, listen to your body and allow yourself to be so fully supported, so fully effortless in your relaxation. And if you like, you can take your heels mat distance and your feet, your toes relaxing out to the sides, folding your shoulder blades underneath you one at a time, your palms up and away from your hips, away from your body. Let your head be exactly where it would like, whether you would like to tuck your chin or press it forward towards the ceiling. Just notice if there's anything that you can shift or move to make yourself incrementally the most comfortable you can be in this posture. Before we fully surrender to this pose, Bring all of your attention and your awareness into your breath. Breathe in, breathe deep, all the way down into your hips. Feel them expand, almost like there's a balloon here. And as you exhale, any remaining tension completely melts from your body. Your mind can rest easeful as you fully and completely surrender to Shavasana. Time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you. Guide your way on, guide your way on, guide your way on. Begin to lengthen your inhales and your exhales, creating micro movements in your fingertips and your toes, intentionally and compassionately and lovingly waking your body up. On your next inhale, reach your arms up overhead into a full body morning stretch. Toe tips reaching away from fingertips. Bending your knees, rolling onto your right side, letting your arm cushion your head. Keeping your eyes closed or heavy lidded, press yourself up to that Sukhasana, easy seat. And maybe you notice just how much easier and sweet this seat is now as compared to the beginning of class. Take your hand over heart, and let that gentle pressure and weight into the heart space allow the shoulders to drop, the jaw to soften, and the body to get heavier with more surrender into the earth. Take a deep breath in and fill your hands with your heart. And as you exhale, let your hands press your heart back into place, draping the arms, holding the chest close. One more inhale to prepare for one Om to complete class. Breathing in. Breathing in your intention, breathing in the benefits from your practice. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. And have a great day.